What's going on, my fellow troops? My name is Xavvo and welcome back to a brand new video. So today I'm going to be giving you guys the best TAQ Eradicator class in Modern Warfare 3 in Season 5, because I've actually seen a ton of people talking about this weapon in Warzone at the moment and how it's meta, but I've not seen many people using it in multiplayer or making super great builds for this. And of the classes I've seen people make for this weapon, I have been super disappointed in other people. Like, genuinely, I have been going through some people's classes and there's not enough emphasis on vertical recoil. Some people go out of their way prioritizing too much of the recoil and don't have enough control on the sprint to fire. Some people do the opposite and prioritize the sprint to fire too much in ADS, and then they leave the vertical looking kind of shit. Like, they make it look all good in the video and then you use it and it's still going up the screen. And then I've had other people who've made it so inconvenient to the average player because all of their good attachments are literally left to the end of the unlock list because of weekly challenges, and once you get them anyway, the weapon still has a slow time to kill. So I personally think right here I am going to give you the best one right now in Season 5. I think this is probably the most rounded class so far for the TAQ Eradicator. This gun is going to give you just a perfect balance of ADS, sprint to fire, and it's also going to have enough ammo, so I'm not cancelling ammo out and taking a lower amount for mobility improvement. I'm going to leave it as the default, and I've also made sure there's enough bullet velocity, damage range, and the vertical recoil is definitely emphasized here. It's definitely suppressed to a large amount, and you're also going to be hidden from the radar as well. So all around, this is going to be an awesome class, and that's just the attachments I'm talking about. As for the overall class setup, I'm going to give you the gloves, boots, gear, and everything else just to keep your movement quick and to also keep your reloading and everything else super quick. So hopefully the gameplay has shown you enough on screen, and all disses aside to all of the content creators and gameplay aside, now let's get to the actual class setup. Okay guys, so here we are on the class setup area. As you can see, the TAQ Eradicator is right here. I've had to knock the I and the O out. I don't know if you guys can see that because apparently it reaches the limit for the name that I've tried to give my weapon. So in case anyone wonders why the name is called Eradicator. So I'm running the infantry vest. That is the default. I wanted to keep this on just so that we have increased TAQ sprint duration and reducing obviously the refresh time. I want to just have as much mobility as possible because this is an LMG. Now, whilst it's an LMG and it doesn't feel like one, it feels a lot more like an assault rifle to some degree, I still want to keep mobility as a #1 priority in the actual class setup area, as opposed from the attachments, which are already somewhat doing that as well. So for the tactical, I'm running the stim. We're running the Semtex, as you can see, sticky grenade for the lethal. The munitions box here, I've got that for the fill upgrade, just in case. I never really change it, to be honest. And for gloves, right, this is very important, guys. Here I've put the commando gloves because that is going to improve our reloading while sprinting, and it's going to allow us to improve sprint to fire speed. These are two very, very important things for this LMG, which is why I tell people not to skip the class setup and just go into the attachments, because there is a lot of things that attachments cannot do. You're limited to 5 attachments, and here in the class setup area there is additional bonuses and things we can do to improve the cons of the attachments and the weapon overall, and that is a very important one, as you can see, because this is something that this gun struggles with a bit, and it's sprint to fire speed. So of course reloading as well while sprinting is very important. Then for the boots, we are running the tactical pads. Now this, I was kind of debating between tactical pads, stalker boots, and covert sneakers, because covert sneakers have been a very big popular pair of boots for a long time now because of their, footstep elimination. But the fact is, I don't think we're going to really need to use them that much anymore. They're not that good. I think even Treyarch or whoever's running behind multiplayer at the moment, like Sledgehammer, those lot, I think they've been doing a bunch of nerfs to these boots so that people aren't just going to run covert sneakers all the time anyway. So they're not really that good anymore as they used to be. Plus, I was thinking, well, stalker boots, should I use those? Because they're going to increase strafe and ADS movement speed. But I don't know if these effects are applied in firing range or not, but when I went into firing range using stalker boots, I felt no difference. So I was left with tactical pads being the go-to, because that is going to obviously increase slide velocity, which is important on a heavier weapon, and it's going to allow for ADS while sliding. Again, very important to improve our handling and mobility whilst using an LMG. So yeah, and also on top of that, you get some increased stance, transition speeds, and crouch movement movement speed. So just overall, you're more fluid moving on your feet using this gun. So very important. And finally for gear, we are running the mag holster, which is going to improve our reload speed as well. We just want to improve that reload speed as much as possible because obviously once you leave the default or you go for heavier amounts of ammo, you're going to have slower reload. That is the gear and everything aside. So now let's get to the attachments. Okay, so here we are on the attachments area. As you can see, the very first attachment we are going to go for is the muzzle. So this one is quite a debated one. A lot of people are telling you to go out of your way and get the final one on the list here, which is the quartermaster suppressor, but the average person doesn't have this, and this doesn't actually do much difference to any of the other attachments. In fact, this attachment is going to severely hinder ADS and sprint to fire, as you can see in the cons, so it's really not worth going for. I think you're actually better off going for the Shadow Strike suppressor, because as you can see, it has no cons, and the only thing this is going to do is suppress your bullets to make them sound, quieter, more, appealing to the ears, but it also makes you undetectable by the radar, which is very good, because it means you're not going to pop up on the minimap when firing this weapon, and it's a loud weapon. It's an LMG. Fact is, we get to kill two birds with one stone with this attachment. We not only stay hidden, but we also suppress the loud-ass fire rate that this gun has. So Shadow Strike is a very good muzzle to go for. Then the next attachment we're going for is, of course, the barrel. This is one you've probably seen a bunch of other people use, but it's the Conquer 70 long barrel. This is going to help improve your bullet velocity and range, just so that you're able to hit people at further distances with this gun, and it's going to further improve some aiming idle sway as well. For the next attachment, we are running the underbarrel. This one is actually going to be the Chimera Rhine 03 vertical grip. It's a bit of a scroll to get to this one, but yeah, it's this one right here. This one does an awesome job of controlling vertical recoil and gun kick. Two very important things we are looking out for to control on this gun, because they are literally the worst things about this gun. And I've seen some people say, oh yeah, you should go use the SL skeletal vertical grip. It doesn't do anywhere near as much favoring to vertical recoil, and as well as that, it doesn't really help the horizontal very much. So either way, you're not going to get a difference from using that one over this one. You're actually better off using this one here, because this one does more to help in terms of vertical recoil. So that is what we're really looking for, and of course the gun kick is an extra that we get on this one as well. So that's these three so far, and the next attachment we're running is the laser. For the laser, of course, you've probably seen this a bit on my channel, but we're running the FSS OLV laser. It's one of my favorites because it does an awesome job, and especially here, in this case, it's more than enough stressed that we need this attachment because of the, of course, ADS and sprint to fire speed improvements. These are going to absolutely help this gun out where it is lacking in its movement and its mobility, and this is going to really help us to bring up these sprint to fire and ADS problems that we're going to have over the whole weapon from all the other attachments. So this is very important to have on. And finally, we have got the stock. The stock we are running is the TAQ Vert core stock. This is going to also improve the recoil and the gun kick, as well as some firing aim stability. So that is our class that we're running today. Hopefully it helps you guys out. Hopefully you get some good plays with this weapon. If you do, be sure to leave a like on this video. I was going to say drop a comment, but leave a like first, and of course drop a comment. Let me know what you think of this class and if you're running this weapon right now in multiplayer. I know, again, a lot of people are running this as a meta weapon in Warzone right now. I haven't really been playing much Warzone, and I don't hand out Warzone classes, so I'm sorry to anyone who was expecting this to be a Warzone class. I don't know why you would if you didn't read the title properly, but yeah, it's still a very good weapon to use in multiplayer. It's very, very versatile. It can do a bunch of different things. It feels, like I say, more like an assault rifle than it does an actual LMG. It might be to do with the fire rate. It could be to do with the iron sights, but it's definitely a super satisfying weapon to use, and it's very powerful. And yeah, but other than that, be sure to check out all the links down below in the description. It's much appreciated. And other than that, thank you everyone for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye guys.